So every now and then I like to take a step back in between projects and do a little vlog like this, and as I'm waiting for supplies to come in, I'm waiting for printers to finish up the print jobs. I can kind of like reassess where I'm at in this channel, what type of builds I want to do, what I've been doing, where things I need to change, where the 3D printing industry is, where the printers are at this moment, because that changes daily. It almost like every single corner you turn, there's something new, something cool. And also, I like to kind of explore what people are creating out there too. From models to just I mean, people are incorporating so many things into different types of models and DIY stuff. It could be life size creations and little teeny trinkets. It's just an amazing hobby, and I like to kind of keep my head to the ground or my ear to the ground, right, on all that stuff and see what's going on. So one of the things I've been noticing, is that 3D printing, 3D printers, filament supplies are everywhere now. From the supply things like Hobby Lobby, Michaels, Joann's, and then printers at Target, Best Buy. It's not just a niche thing that you have to go search for anymore. To go to Amazon, it's at every store that you're gonna go into. And I was like, okay, we're here. We've crossed a threshold in this hobby, in the industry, because 10 years ago they tried this. The 3D printing industry tried this. They tried to put I remember going through Barnes and Noble bookstore and seeing a little, like, I swear, like a little $300 4 by 4 by 4 printer, FDM printer there, and people just kind of walked by and go, that's cool, and then just kept walking. And I don't think it worked. There were remember Fry's Electronics. There were 3D printers or supplies there. And again, I don't think the industry was ready. It was still too hands on, still too manual to troubleshooting and whatnot. It was still too foreign to people, and a little bit the learning curve was still too high. Fast forward to today, 10 years from now, um, it's got to the point where printers are so well maintained in maintenance and in the like I said, the one button push and send off it. Self identifying problem solving printers that are out there, multicolor. It's gotten to the point where I think the public, the masses, are comfortable now, and 3D printing is becoming a household name to where people are going to start buying these for the holidays for people, and it's going to flood the market, if you will. So there is some kind of balance here, right? It's great that it's going to become accessible to a lot of people that love that are interested in the technology and interested in the stuff that we do as far as like 3D printing. We could do our signs, we could do holiday stuff. It's amazing where it can go, but I think it's going to happen where it's going to flood it too much, where it's going to water down the industry. And I'm hoping that the printers don't become so cookie cutter and break easily, because because this is our chance, right, as a community, the hobby, to really get into everybody's house and everybody doing it at the same time. And because I personally believe that 3D printing, along with fads like Cricut machines or scrapbooking, 3D printing is just another tool and another fad for everybody to get into. And it helps us because, well, it helps me. I like diving into it. I like helping people, and I like the process, But we'll see where it goes. Well, but right now, I think we've crossed that threshold. We are in this renaissance, 3D printing renaissance right now, where one out of every two, three households is going to have a 3D printer now. And it could be exciting and it could be worrisome, because there's a lot of groups out there that like to gatekeep, and they like to, like, this 3D print technology is not for everybody because people don't know how to do it and they break their machines. And like, well, man, like, they let them figure it out. We figured it out. I figured it out. It's not that hard, you got, and I applaud, or I celebrate this hobby a lot. That's why I have this channel. It's 100% why I want to show people what's possible. It's not just a little, ornament that you can print, man. You can print a car. I've seen it. Not engine parts and stuff like that, but you can print things that are virtually impossible. And that's what's great because it's bringing the manufacturing to the house, to the home, to the hobby. It's up to your imagination how far you want to take it. And I think that even if you flood the market with this, the printers and everything, and I think what you're doing is you're opening up people's creativity a lot. The DIY, the human nature of creating things. We're in this automated world. We're in the artificial intelligence world, right? Where everything is a one button push. Hit the button and it's there. Buy something, it's there at the next day, and we start to lose some of this like hands-on um, appreciation for the things around us, even our phones, mugs, whatever it is. Um, of course, I come from a physical world and analog, right? So I like things around me. I like physical media. I still buy DVDs. Music wise, I still download new music because that's what you do these days. But they have to sell it too, right? Anyway, but yeah, so I'm celebrating this type of accessibility when it comes to, say 10 people get into the hobby and that one person takes off with it. They start creating things. They create a business around it. They create, maybe innovations. They advance the technology further. That's what we need. We need more of these hands-on things in people's um, daily lives. Now, somebody could tell me it's counterintuitive because these printers today are not really hands on, because it's like you could send a thing to your phone and you send it and the printer does its thing. But there are people who like to tinker and they like to push the envelope, push the capabilities beyond that little printer that you can just download a model and print it beyond. Like, what can this really do? And that's, again, that's why I gravitate towards these models and these builds that are like take time, and the appreciation for detail is there, and it takes hours if not weeks of work because I still like the hands-on, the DIY stuff, and I formulated my own businesses around 3D printing, and I think there's a lot more people like that out there, and I think this is a great time for this hobby and people that can take a little bit back and start creating things. That's what needs to be appreciated. And one major setback that I hear a lot, and I do myself, is that you need the space, right? You need the space to do all these things. You need a space to have a workshop. Like you watch Tested, right? Adam Savage Tested. And I'm so jealous of his workshop because he's got like every tool as a disposal, at his disposal. He's got materials, and it's great, but he had to get there, and the way he talks about things and the way he's very passionate about it inspires me to continue. And maybe one day I can have a warehouse like that. That'd be awesome. I can go in there and just make stuff. But you know what? We deal with what we have. I don't have a workshop. It would be great if I had a workshop. It'd be great if I had a garage. I don't have a garage. I have, if you have a space in the corner, that's great. But you know what? Your kitchen table is just as good, because that's where I do most of my stuff, is at the kitchen table. You know what I mean? And yeah, you might have to explain to the people around you, like, I'm just going to take this weekend. I'm going to do this. I'll clean up after myself, and whatnot. But, don't let limitations stop you from creating anything, right? You can find space. You can find a corner. Like I said, kitchen table. You can find these areas to do things, and use 3D printing as the inspiration. Find it out there and create. We got to create. We're humans. That instead of artificial intelligence, we need human intelligence back. HI. We not take some of it back, but using the AI stuff as a tool, and now all these automations as a tool. So the printers that do most of the work for you still find ways to push it. Still find ways to improve it. Don't take things for granted. Never say it's good enough, right? Never say I should have done this. Like, just do it and start creating. And people that are out there creating models, they're making it very, very easy for you to jump in. They're good at it. You just have to kind of pay attention to a few details, which I kind of like try to get into on this channel, where what to look for and what models to download and what types and ones are going to work for you. But you take that first step and you continue it, and we'll see where this hobby is in another 10 years. It's exciting. It could be frustrating for a lot of people. It could be scary for a lot of people because, again, there's some groups out there that like to gatekeep and they like to be like, nobody can do this but me. And it's just not human. That's not the human nature. People are going to find a way to, um, express themselves. And I think 3D printing is one of the best technologies out there to do that. Anyway, guys, in closing, I want to say thank you for stopping by. Thank you for listening to me rant a little bit. Thank you for watching my build videos. I absolutely appreciate all the comments and feedback, going forward. Because, man, I've got some cool things that are printing right now that I'm waiting for to come in as far as supply-wise. And I love it. I love going to, like, okay, I work during the week, but the weekends come. I'm like, this is gonna be cool because this is like my second job. I want to make this my second job, and I couldn't be happier with this journey so far. So thank you for stopping by. Thank you for all of this stuff, and let's continue. Let's keep going. I want to hear from you guys. I want to see what you're into and what machines that you're printing on, or even if it's not a 3D printer, maybe it could be laser engraving, or what have you done with your Cricut? Let's get into all that stuff. It'd be awesome. Like and subscribe. Thanks for stopping by, guys, and I will see you very, very, very soon on the next video.